You can see on the satellite image the event sliding south along the coast. The heaviest rain has been with this white shaded region here, whilst the more broad white shaded area is where we've had generally light to moderate rain. So let's have a look at that in a bit more detail now. So the heavy falls ran down the coast around Sydney through the night, particularly early this morning, and then it's run through the Illawarra, and it's now focusing on the south coast, with Canberra also seeing some decent rain. Here are the rain totals so far: 32 for Canberra, 78 for Ulladulla, Nowra 158. That included about 50 in an hour. Parts of Wollongong saw more than 100 millimetres in an hour, and in Sydney we ended up with most suburbs picking up 100 to 150 millimetres, with totals up to 190 in Sydney itself, and up onto the Blue Mountains, some heavy falls there. So let's have a look at that in a bit more detail. There's the rain as it came across Sydney early hours of this morning. Mount Boyce, that's up around Blackheath, 150 millimetres. Unfortunately, the radar has stalled there. The rain is all clear from Sydney, no need to worry about that, but the totals were very large, in particular through the Hawkesbury-Nepean system. But let's have a look at the forecast. This system now is south of Sydney, drenching the New South Wales south coast. Still a severe weather warning in place for south of Sydney, with the risk of heavy rain and damaging winds. Damaging winds is primarily for the elevated terrain. Heavy rain is primarily for the eastern portion of this yellow shaded area, with still the potential for life-threatening flash flooding as it runs down the coast with some very intense rainfall. Now, in terms of that flooding, it has been very substantial and is continuing to build through the Hawkesbury-Nepean. So I've had a look at the data this morning and have spotted that the Warragamba Dam has exceeded 100%. Not sure if they're spilling it yet, but we're above that 100% mark. And so that's going to flow into that Hawkesbury-Nepean River system, where the water levels are rising rapidly. So there's a number of places where we are now likely to see major flooding, including at Putty, including at Richmond, North Richmond itself, where the bridge is well and truly underwater, but the water levels continue to rise further, and Menangle also likely to see major flooding in the next few hours as well. So we'll continue to watch that quite closely through today. And there's still damaging surf running along the New South Wales coast south from Sydney. Sydney is going to see its waves gradually easing back, but there's potentially a bit of damage on parts of that coastline. But across the country today, there's also potential for showers and storms in southeastern Queensland today. Sydney, just a chance of another shower or storm during this afternoon, but I'd say it's looking like a pretty nice day there now, and sunny for much of the centre and the west of the country.
Yeah, we've certainly seen a lot of rainfall in Queensland, and it's not over yet there. Just looking at Water New South Wales as well, it does look like it has started spilling the Warragamba Dam, but we'll get some more information from you very soon. Thanks so much, Rob.
No worries.